All right, here I want to talk to you about 270 caliber rifles. I've got two here on the table. One is a Mossberg 100 TRH 270 caliber, and then we got the Remington 770 model, chambered at a 270 caliber. And I wanted to see if you all had the same problem I had when I first purchased this. Of course, I purchased both of these at my local pawn shop. They give me a real good deal on this stuff. So what I have a problem with is was the ammo, and I'm going to tell you here about these two bits of ammo here, the pros and cons if you ever had this problem. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Monarch empty chambered round. I'm not going to put no live rounds in here, but I wanted to demonstrate what happened to me with this particular gun, which is the Remington 770, chambered at a 270 caliber. So I'm going to put a blank one in here. You know, an empty round, just to demonstrate this. See if I can get that in there properly. Get that into the chamber. There we go. So once I chamber a round in, fire. It'll rotate all the cartridges, no problem. But once the round is fired, I have this. I cannot pull this back. Luckily, I can rotate it, but I cannot. It will not come back. I thought it was the gun itself, but apparently, come to find out, it was the ammo. Now, on the Mossberg, it would fire this all right. This would fire just fine with this Monarch ammo, no problem whatsoever. But I thought, after the first 3 rounds when I brought this home, that it would be fine, and I had this problem. And what happened when I'm putting this rod in here, so this is the only way to get it out. Of course, I didn't do it when I did my first 3 rounds. I pulled back on this thing really hard and hit it and brought it back, and what happened is this broke off. I mean, it totally broke right off, and I was disgusted. So the only way to get this out of here, once I got that up all the way, give this a smack, and it'll pop that round back out like that. So if you're having problems in that nature, even with the 700 and the 770 model, I've heard some issues with this locking back, and also with issues on the bolt breaking off, either on a Mossberg. I'm not sure about the Mossberg if anybody had issues with the bolt handle breaking off, but on these here, I've looked up on some searches on some of these discussions, and broke off. But I got this fixed. I had to send it up to Fairbanks, Alaska. A fellow up there. Let's see, his name is. Did a little research on some of the discussions. Dan Armstrong, out of Fairbanks, Alaska, and I live out here in Kentucky. And it took. I shipped it out on Friday on a flat rate partial. The two pieces, and it got there on Monday. I mean, it was fast. It got there on Monday, and I emailed him. He said, yeah, he got it, and he'll say he fixed it up about next Friday. Got it back, and I'll give you some close up here on his work. I mean, he does some marvelous work. I'm highly impressed. Now, he didn't do that bronzing, that bronze welding, but I'll leave that out here, and I'll show you that. But what I've noticed on these two ammo, now I went to my local hardware store. I was in there picking up some items in the hardware store, and I walked by the ammo aisle, and I picked up a box of this Federal illumination ammo, which both of them are a 130 grain soft point, identical type of ammo, but you can tell by the empty casings Federal and Monarch. This Federal is a lot heavier than that Monarch. Monarch, I gotta pronounce that correctly. And you can feel it, that it's a little heavier than this. And from what I understand through discussions, that you cannot reload these. Cannot really reload these Monarchs. And Monarchs are out of the Academy. They come from the Academy store. But like I say, it seems like whenever the round fires, the brass expands into the chamber, and which causes it not to come back. But in the Mossenberg, it shoots fine. It shoots fine. Just yesterday, I had a friend up here. He wanted to shoot the 270, and I said, "Here, let's shoot this one and burn this up." But we burned it up, except for 2 rounds. I wanted to show you for this demonstration on the 2 different rounds. So I'll move the camera here and get you on a close-up on what was done to the bolt and the difference in this ammo. So let's go to that. All right, here I am giving you a close-up here on everything. I'll see if I can do this without jarring around and holding the camera. But I'm going to zoom in here on this bolt assembly, and hopefully y'all can see what he did there. He welded all that in there. Let me turn this bolt around here a little bit, and let me turn around this way. But get a close-up there on what all he did to it, and I'll show you the picture. I only have a picture of it when it was broke, but he did a fine job on that. I highly recommend it. He is really knowledgeable about bolt action rifles, and if you check out his website, he's got different handles you can put on here, different styles and things like that, the screw on or whatever you want on your bolt assembly for your bolt action rifle. So if y'all have any of these problems like I've had with the broken off, now there he is, Dan Armstrong. Just look up his website, and if you have a problem with one breaking off, just ship it to him. It cost me $50, sent him $50 cash in a box, and for the mailing it went one way, and he paid for the shipping on the way back, which is the smallest flat rate box you can get from the post office, which was, I think, $6 and some change just to mail it to him, and he fixes it up there just like that and runs it back. So I wanted to show you here also on this ammo. I'll put this aside here, and I'll put this over here on the 2 different types of ammo, which is what we got here, the Federal and the Monarch. Now if you put two of these ammos together, 2 shells together here, and you'll notice, let me get these just about right here. Big difference. Well, not a big difference, but you have to really look close, and I want to get them compared evenly as possible. And now as you would look, and look here, you got the shoulder here and the shoulder on this one. The one on the right, let me verify that. One on the right is the Federal, and the one on the left is the Monarch. So Federal and Monarch, but you can look and see there is a difference in this ammo that I wouldn't, I don't want to put Monarch down, but it does fire, and it is cheap ammo at the Academy, but you can see the difference in the shoulders there on your casings. And also, I just said earlier about the casings that the Monarch is really, really light, and then the Federal is quite a bit thicker and heavier. But like I said, some say you cannot reload these Monarch, but on the Federal it's a little different. And like I said before, they're both identical, same 270 Win, 130 grain soft point. There you go again, brass, 270, 130 grain, soft point. So, but yeah, whenever you do get a bolt jam like that, do like I did. If it doesn't come back, don't force it. Use a cleaning rod and make sure that the round did exit there, because you don't want to be ramming a rod up there if there's a live round in it. Definitely a big no-no. But I knew that they were empty, and I knew the round went down range, so it was safe enough for me to put that cleaning rod through there. So I surely hope that y'all learned something from this. I have, and I share my experiences with you on these issues. So catch up with you on the next video. Thanks a lot.